Greetings, internet drinking buddies. My name is Link. The show's name is Tubbin and Chugging, and on this episode, we're catching up on 2023 with all the imbibing that comes along with it. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. It's been a minute. My life's been busy, so we haven't had the chance to really do any episodes here, but I did want to give you a sort of catch-up video on 2023, things that I've been given here that I have not tried yet. We can just go through these kind of rapid fire, get some impressions in. I'll give you the key details as always, but let's go see what we got here. Only got the one camera right now, so I'm just going to be kind of showing it to you like this. Hopefully that comes in clear. This is a Pear brandy from Serbia. So when I was in Serbia earlier this year for a wedding, they had a lot of these different Rakijas, I think they're called. I'll try to get the correct pronunciation, but it's basically just a brandy that has some sort of fruit mixed into it. This one's pear. They had all different like apricot type flavors and things like that at the wedding, but I brought home the pear one that I picked up there at the airport. So let's see if it's what I remember it being. It's looking pretty strong at the 40%. Ooh, let's get I'm gonna quickly look up what cheers is in Serbian. They're telling me it is Živeli. So, Živeli. Yep. More or less what I remember. Pretty crisp. Sort of like a cleanish, sort of overall feel to it, but with a like kind of overarching burn that accompanies it. I realize those kind of sound conflicting, but if you drink it, you know what I mean, in that it tastes pure in a way, but then it kind of reminds you it's alcoholic. And then the pear scent that comes off it from the top is kind of nice, but it's also not necessarily like a sweety, fruity kind of pear. It's sort of like if you made like a moonshine and you left the pears in with the alcohol for a long time. That's kind of that scent that you're getting, so it kind of preps you for what to expect. But overall, it's a pretty smooth drinking experience. And for the proof, like, it's hard stuff. Overall, pretty good. Definitely remember having a lot of these. Don't remember necessarily what happened after I had a lot of these when I was in Serbia, but it was a good time overall. I'm glad to have a little taste of it brought home. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Kaiyo whiskey, which was a gift given to me by my sister for Christmas. So thank you, sis. Now, Kaiyo whiskey has sort of Japanese whiskey written on the bottle here. It's an interesting thing in that they are not a distiller of any sense, but they are a blender of other whiskeys that they put into barrels at sea to age, as opposed to doing it in a warehouse. They say it's like the ocean connects us all, and so to age the whiskey at sea makes it for that. And they use Japanese whiskeys and they blend them together. This one is the cask strength, so it's 53% alcohol by volume. Very impressive. Out of respect that it was given to me as a gift, I did not look up the price. I can put what I think an estimate price might be, just given what it kind of looks like and all of that. So gonna be a little pricey for sure. Gonna be a little strong for sure. Let's see how it tastes. Nice little scent to it. It's nothing too strong, nothing too offensive by any stretch. Not really that smoky or anything like that, as you might expect from a 53, but let's get it. Kanpai. Ooh. Kind of perks up with like a bit of smoke. I would call it like an oaky kind of flavor towards the end. Starts out as pretty smooth and then just gives you a nice little like, oh yeah, a little like burnt end kind of vibe to it. It's very, very nice. It's that little smoke at the end. Not quite in the neighborhood of like burnt carcass kind of smoke, but definitely there. Reminds you about it. It's the kind of flavoring I can get behind on a whiskey like this. So too often I feel like if you're going for that sort of smoky flavor, they go way too hard. It's not for me, personally. To use a JT O'Sullivan thingy there. But I like what this one's doing, in the sense that I can continue to drink it, and I don't feel like the whole thing is smoky, but I get to appreciate the smoke that's there, as opposed to just like always having these sweeter kind of whiskeys or the other alcohols that I normally have. Again, not as a huge whiskey guy. This one gives you that like appreciation of smoke without going too far. And the fact that it's over half alcohol is kind of absurd, but very good. Very good. Yeah. Not much else to say about it. Just really, really good. Cool. Let's see what we got next. So the next two are gifts purchased with gift card money to a Bevmo near me. And so when I go to a place like that and I've had so many of their selection and I find something weird, I just kind of have to go for it. And so this one, Kinky, right on the navel. I mean, let's start there. A fruit punch that's cherry, pineapple, and orange. Definitely speaking to me on that one. 17%. So your typical range you're looking for with that pre-mixed kind of cocktail thing. You know, obviously you've got the 5% drinks that they have that you're supposed to drink a bunch of, and then this is sort of the 1/3-ish drink per shot. So if you have 3 shots worth, it's 5 ounces, gets you about a drink. Decent price on this one. Obviously I had to buy it with the gift card, so I know that. So I'll put that label up here. But just sort of interested to see if this is vodka tasting cocktail thing, or if it sort of just feels like a fruit punch, like a Capri Sun type thing. We look on the back here, it's saying it's crafted with a super premium vodka, distilled 5 times. Enjoy Kinky fruit punch on its own, or shake things up with rum, vodka, or sparkling wine. So they're actually saying hey, if you want a stronger cocktail, go ahead and put your own in it. We're just gonna chug it, because that's what we do here on Tubbin and Chugging, so let's pour ourselves some. I'm kind of shook just at how red it is. I mean, I wasn't necessarily expecting it to be that fruit punchy. But from the Capri Sun angle, we're looking pretty good. This is just going to be a cheers. I think there's nothing really else we can do on that one. You know, it started super promising, kind of went into cough syrup towards the end, kind of saved it right back at the end, but I was like, okay. Okay. That's how I'm going to sum this one up thus far. Let's go in for a little more. I think when you start to anticipate the cough syrup, it's not as bad. I would still prefer it not to be there and just have that initial sort of sweetness. I will say, if you are a person who is sensitive to the taste of alcohol, and I say all the time on this channel, I don't really taste the alcohol on this, but I've drunk so much that I'm not really the best opinion on it. If you do taste the alcohol on this, I'd be very surprised, because what I'm sensing is that you're going to taste the cough syrup the most. You might get that initial sugar rush and be like, okay, this is what I want, and then not quite what you want at the end. And it's so red. Just look at how fake looking this is from a... this is not a natural product at all, right? It comes in a jar that says Kinky on it. I don't really know exactly what I was expecting there. Respectable hustle, respectable price. Man, actually maybe adding more alcohol to this in the form of a rum is the way to go, because I like sort of the burn of an alcohol a lot more than the ick of a cough syrup. So it's sort of up to you where you fall on it. I don't hate this. And I think it's definitely drinkable. It's just not quite what I would have wanted it to be. And then finally, in addition to the Kinky that we picked up there at the Bevmo, they had this right next to that section, so I guess in the sort of mixed whatever kind of dealio. This is a honey liqueur, and when I initially saw that, I was like, oh, sweet, a honey kind of Midori type product. And then I saw the proof, 70%, and I was like, oh no, is this going to be Jack Daniel's honey? I had that a few times. It is what it is. I don't think it's that great. But they're super hyping up the fact that this is an imported Irish product, and the Irish don't really mess around with their whiskey too much and too crazy a way unless they think it's good. So I guess I'm back to kind of being excited for it. I love honey. I've been putting a lot more. I've been making my own meads recently, that kind of thing, just putting honey in a lot of stuff, and it's really, really good. So I hope this is good. Let's find out. Now we'll see if we get any sort of mixed in from the remaining fruit punch. I probably should have brought more than one glass. What am I thinking? Not professional. Out of practice. Hope you guys are still enjoying it. If you stayed till the end, love you all that much more. I believe in Ireland they say sláinte, so that's what we'll say. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Oh, the honey is just... The honey lingers on the tip of your tongue after. And you could shoot this pretty easily, I think. Man, that's really good. Smooth. Not a hint of burn from the whiskey. All you get is the honey. Oh, man. I am so happy I ended up going with this one. I was very afraid it was just gonna be like mid-tier fake tasting honey with like a bad Irish whiskey burn to it, but that is not what this is. This is delicious. Irish mist. Let's go. Oh, I taste the honey. 35% alcohol by volume honey. Gotta love it. Well done, Irish Mist. Well done. So that's going to do it for this one. This is probably going to be what, if anything, happens on this channel going forward. Little, like, you know, sort of all-in-one kind of merger things. Just catch-up stuff to see, like, what I've been drinking recently, what I'm into. As always, if there is something you want to see me review, I will try to prioritize it. Not sure exactly how fast that'll come along, but I will try to do it as much as possible. And please,